long story short, they were making a mess of the place. They basically like threw food on the floor, threw their drinks on the floor and everything, making a ruckus. And then the guy, because he had an accent, and I can't remember where he was from, he's called me a monkey.
What's up, lovely people? Welcome back to another episode right here on Entrepreneur Podcast Go. I'm your host, Mr. EPC. Give a big, massive round of applause to my very special guest, Stu Scoops. So welcome to the show first and foremost.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time. So you're a personal trainer here at Wahid Aesthetics Gym in Sutton Coldfield, and you also do YouTube as well. So what made you do YouTube as well?
I've been doing YouTube. Well, so before personal training, I was doing YouTube.
Okay.
Before, but not as Two Scoops. So Two Scoops is a sports and fitness show, showcasing sports and fitness throughout the world, boxing, football, whatever it is. But before that, and still ongoing, I've got a personal channel where I think it was like in year 11. I was one of them kids where I was watching YouTube and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I want to do that. And the first video was a crossbar challenge with my friends. And then ever since that, I've been trying to create, but then obviously work and everything, it takes a toll, and you know what I mean? But finally, quit work last year. Like, you know what, I'm sure it's a year coming up. I quit work and I documented it. And then I said to myself, yeah, every Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to record something. And then I created Two Scoops. At first it was just a podcast solemnly on health and fitness. And then I just thought, you know what, there's only so much you can talk about health and fitness, and it's kind of repetitive, and I kind of fell out of love about talking about it, because you know when you're talking about something and you can talk about something so much but there's no action, then it's just like, you know what, let me just change up the kind of criteria and put it as a sports and fitness show, because I enjoy sports, fitness. I'd say I'm a new person towards fitness. Merge the two together, get some brethren together to create a show, and you can create anything nowadays, isn't it? So it's like, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. And in terms of you working here as a personal trainer, so how long have you been working here?
So I've been working here, I'm sure it was around this time last year as well, you know.
Okay.
I'm sure it was, but not as a personal trainer. I was on the reception, and I'm still on the reception desk. But yeah, I've only recently got the qualification for being a PT. So yeah, man, it was this time last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you quit your job around this time last year as well.
Yeah.
So what was you doing?
So I was working at the Toby Carvery. So if you don't know what that is, it's like you know, like your Sunday roast, your typical English Sunday roast. You got your turkey, you got your lamb, whatever it is. You got roasties and everything. I was a barman though, so I say I was a barman. Some days I was in the kitchen, some days I was all over the place. But my job was a barman, innit? But yeah, I was all over.
Okay, fantastic. So how long were you at Toby Carvery for?
I'd say, I think it was 6 to 7 years, you know.
Okay.
So it was from when I was in school. My friend actually referred me to the manager, and I managed to get the job through that. And then, yeah, I left there this time last year. There was a situation that happened. If you want me to, I don't mind talking about it, but yeah, the situation happened where basically a customer has come into the carvery, said some racial slurs, and at that time, like, that was the first time I switched. And you know when like realization occurs where, okay, cool, I've been working there 6 to 7 years, and one thing can just change everything. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's racially said that, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth it. Being a barman anyway wasn't in my, you get me, career path. anyway. You get me? I didn't want to be the best barman. That weren't me. So once that happened, I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me just hand in my resignation and try start this thing that I actually want to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, sorry you had to go through that.
That's
sorry,
right.
recovery. So, did they make a complaint, the customer?
So yeah, nah, it's not even. So basically, it was a family of 8, and they've ordered all kids meals.
Okay.
But then once they've got their meals, they had all adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me being me, as I said, I'm not. I didn't want to be the top barman and so I could have let that slide. You get me? But it's only because my manager told me, look, they've got 8 adult meals, and they pay for kids. You need to sort it out. So at that time, I was like, okay, cool, let me sort it out. So long story short, they were making a mess of the place. They basically like threw food on the floor, threw their drinks on the floor and everything, making a ruckus. And then the guy, because he had an accent, and I can't remember where he was from, he's called me a monkey 5 times, but I've only clocked the 4th time. So once he said that, I said, you want me? What did he say? And he said it for a 5th time, which I made sure, okay, cool. He said that. Now, bearing in mind, no one's pushing him out the restaurant. He's still there, like standing strong. Do you get what I'm saying? So once he said that, and if you know me, I'm a calm guy. I don't like aggro. I don't like fighting. I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like any of that. But that situation there, started going towards him, and then as I started going towards him, I've just sort of read. For the first time in my life, I've never acted like that. I'm a calm person. I don't, as I said. So once I saw red, then boom, tried to get at him, get me, and then tried to push him out. Something was holding me back. Like my fists were clenched, because it was like, the thing is, people say, yo, you should have punched him, but I think ahead, because if I would have abused him, then it doesn't matter what he said. You get me? It would have been me being locked up, or it would have been me with X amount of fines and blah blah blah, because you know what I'm saying, the system.
Yeah.
So that's happened, and then after that's happened, I went to the back room, broke down. That's the first time I broke down properly as well, because I'm thinking, bro, like this world, like just because the color is mad. Do you get me? And then yeah, man, had a couple minutes. I remember my manager said, sorry, I wish I could feel like, you know what I'm saying? And I said to him, yo, the reality is you'll never feel that, because obviously you're white, and the manager was white. So I was like, you'll never feel that. That's just the basic reality. So it was kind of a thing where I had to calm down for a bit, and then straight back to work, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, but then once I got home, I think I told my parents. No, I didn't even tell my parents. I think I left it for a couple of days, just for me to sink in for me. And once it sunk in, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it ain't worth it. Like, I know there's gonna be stuff out there in the world, but at that point, I felt like only one person had my back on that day. I'll never forget that. But other than that, nah, fam, I don't need it. Okay.
Sorry to hear about that situation as well.
It's calm.
Yeah. So you've also, off camera, you also mentioned that you did music as well.
Yeah.
So how did you get started in music?
So I've always done music in it. So from, I think it was 2 years old, I got my first drum kit.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a drummer at heart in it. So from 2 years old, got the drums, bashing it. Had to convert from a acoustic kit to electric, so that the neighbors don't complain. You know what I mean? So I've been doing music, and then obviously my parents, my dad plays the guitar, and my mom, she sings. So it's like a musical family. But then my dad does a bit of producing as well, and taught me the ways of Logic Pro. and then from that, I feel like I've got a trait where I'm a fast learner in it. So once he's taught me that, give me a couple of days, a week, and then I won't have it unboxed, but I know, okay, cool, I can do this, that, and then progress from there. So yeah, I'd say I produced my first track when I was like 10, 11 years old, which was just like loops on Logic and stuff. And then from there, got a keyboard, started making my own thing, excelling. And then yeah, man, my cousin does music as well, and I was like, yo, let's make a group. And it was like, yeah, calm. So boom, made the group, TTX Raf. And then yeah, man, it was just like that group was kind of like a commercial type feel, where it was just like vibes and music for the vibes and stuff. And then kind of went our separate ways afterwards, cause he wanted to do other music and I wanted to do other music, so we were just like, okay, cool. And then yeah, man, ever since then I've been doing, I still do music here and there, but I'd say I don't take it as serious as how I did like 2 years ago, where I was proper on it and wanted to be in the industry.
Okay. And do you still produce music today?
Yeah.
And you also mentioned off camera as well that you had some music videos and some songs that were released on GRM Daily as well.
Yeah.
So what was that process like?
That process was, you know what it is, the first time you get your music video on GRM as an artist, you're gassed because it's GRM. But like thinking back to the process of it, it was kind of a long thing. Plus, I don't know, man, because the first ever video, it's called Stepped In, first ever one, and it was kind of a thing where we submitted to them. They said yeah, and then we were waiting, and we're messaging them saying, yo, when's it gonna come out? Because ideally what you want is the scheduled time for it to come out, so that okay, then a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance you can start your kind of promotion role on social media and stuff like that. So we're texting them. It was a Thursday. I messaged them. I was like, yeah, we paid. Do you know can you let us know when the song's coming out? And I'm sure it was like 3 o'clock on a Thursday. The message back saying, yeah, it's coming out today at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Them times there, when they messaged me that, I'm gassed though. You get me? Because that's the first ever music video that we recorded, first ever one that we're gonna upload. Thinking about it now, I'm like, that's mad, because like I would need now at least 2 to 3 weeks notice first if I was doing music properly, to then okay, then cool, I know it's coming out on this day, so I'm gonna do the whole calendar of social media. I'm gonna get the PR, I'm gonna send it to radio, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, get the artwork done properly, I'm gonna submit it to Spotify, Apple Music, I'm gonna get everything done before the music video comes out. So to me now, that the service was good in terms of engagement, but in terms of like actually using the service and going through the process, it was kind of weak, because it was like you left man there practically with 3 hours of promotion. Do you get me? So yeah, it's one of them ones. But they got GRM anyway. They've done good stuff for people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, have to pick them up.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of let's just talk through that process. So did you make the beat, or your cousin made the beat?
Yeah. I made it. I made the beat for that particular one.
Yeah.
I made it, and then we recorded it basically ourselves. So everything was done ourselves, production-wise and stuff. Music video, we got George's visuals. We got George, and I'm sure that was like his was either his first video he recorded or his like one of his first, and now he's working with like the likes of Fredo and people like that. So to see his progress from that to that is crazy. And I'd always shout him out and big him up because he's doing a massive.
So big him up, man.
Yeah, man.
So in terms of when you shot the music video, how long did that take to do that?
For the first one, it didn't take that long, you know. It took I'd say a couple hours, but that was just a video that was recorded. Like music videos nowadays, they have storylines, they have substance, and you know what I'm saying. This video was literally went to where did we go? The Resorts World, NEC. Went there, recorded a couple clips on the by the side, a couple clips inside the Resorts World, a couple clips. Them days, car park videos were the ones in it. You know what I'm saying? So we went up onto the car park and recorded a couple scenes there, and then that was it really. You know what I mean? But now it probably take. I know a lot of people take even 3-4 days, depending on what content they want to kind of produce on it. So yeah, it's one of them.
Oh, okay. And in terms of your second music video, did that take about a day as well?
The second one, yeah. The second one was a day. The second one, it was literally, I think it was, we did it at Brindley Place.
Okay.
And literally what we did was, it was literally the locations were kind of like 5 minutes walks in between each of them. There was no direction with the music video. It was kind of like, okay, then that place was cold, cool, let's shoot it there. Oh, that place is nice, yeah, let's go there. That place has got flowers, they look good. Let me record it there with it, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was kind of the thing like that.
Okay. And in terms of the lyrics for your song, how long did that take?
Lyrics can take, it depends on it. So lyrics can take a day, it can take a couple hours, it could take minutes, it could take a year.
Okay.
Like it solidly depends on, okay, cool, how are you feeling at that moment? Like I've got songs right now that are unfinished just with the chorus. So that I haven't touched from January.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, cool. Whenever I feel like something's coming, something's bubbling up, and I slap on that track, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm in the element. Then that's when I finish the track, innit? That's when you finish the lyrics. But then there's other days where I've just gone in the studio, put down the chorus, put down the verse, put down verse 2. Before you know it, within like an hour or two, you got a whole song there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of the, it depends on it, where your head's at. It depends. It varies, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of the studio, is that something that you've got at home, or do you actually pay to actually go and use the studio?
I did both, you know. So I had like a home setup, like a mini setup, and then sometimes it depends because sometimes you want to go with people and feed off the vibes in it. So I used to go studios with a couple brethrens. Who did I go with? So I went with Raf. There was one studio session I went with Raf. This group called Lyco and Wayne, and Free Peace. This group called Free Peace. Big on them as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, the vibes were there. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was there for the same reason, and like ideas were just flowing, content was flowing. So in regards to the studio, it depends, and I like to work on my own, but then sometimes when you work with someone else or a group, the vibes are just there. You feed off the vibes, and you never know what you can come up with. It's just good, man.
So it's all about surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Yeah.
In order to produce that.
Yeah.
So where were you born and bred?
So me, I was born and bred in England, Birmingham. Obviously, background-wise, my grandparents are from Jamaica, so Caribbean. But yeah, born and bred, over here.
Okay. And in terms of you born in Birmingham, did you go to school in Birmingham, college, etc.?
Yeah. So the first school that I went to was in, where was it? Aston.
Okay.
Is it Aston? Yeah. Manor Park. That was my first primary school. Left there in year 2, and then I went to a school called Durrington in Perry Bar. So, but at these times I was living in Erdington. So it was it wasn't a trek, but at the same time, you probably have to leave about 30 minutes then expected time to get there, and you know what I mean. So yeah, but I'd say Durrington was good. It was good times, and then from then I went to secondary school. Was meant to go John Wilmot, but then I got a place at Planchbrook. So I went Planchbrook from year 7 to 6th form, which is year 13. Yeah. And then after that went uni. My first uni was Uni of Birmingham to study business, but dropped out of that one because I felt, I didn't really like it. But then I went to a uni called ACM, which is like a music specialist kind of uni. So I went to there, and then it was like a 3-year course in 2. And yeah, man, graduated from there, got 2-1. And then, I'm here now. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And in terms of your student loan, are you still paying that off today?
So I don't know. I think so. I think so. It's one of them ones where you see them loans and that. I don't even look at them, man, because it's one of them ones, man. Yeah. Like student loans, it's all. You know, I don't know. I think I should be. I should be, but yeah, man. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Okay, fantastic. So, what advice could you give to someone who's looking to start up their own YouTube channel or start a business?
Yeah. Biggest advice I'd say for YouTube channel is block out the noise from anyone else. Whatever you're doing as a creative, you could be a creative in music, you could do it in arts, you could be creative in, football and creating content towards that. Whatever you do, there's going to be people that are going to talk rubbish on the internet, regardless of what you do. Nowadays, anyway, you know what I'm saying? And I know that through 2 Scoops, doing that, I've had so many comments that anyone can make podcasts nowadays and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you for the comment, mate. That's boosting my engagement. You know what I'm saying? So you can comment that another time if you want as well, because at the end of the day, you're just helping me figure out the algorithm and boost my video. But people are gonna hate, people are gonna doubt you, people are gonna say, what are you doing, and stuff like that. And there's gonna be people that are gonna give you positive feedback. What I would say is take that positive feedback, don't outweigh the positive with the negative. Look at the positive, because you could get 900 positive comments, but it just takes that one negative one to just pull your whole mood down. But yeah, man, just to with stuff like that, just to have a hardened heart and just have a mentality of, I don't care, you get me? This is what I love to do, this is what I enjoy. If you think that, then you think that, but it ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna still do it, and you're gonna just get more annoyed, engage more, and I'm gonna make more money because you're engaging. You know what I'm saying? So one of them ones, man. So yeah, just to block out the noise, man, with YouTube. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And when you're filming, what does a typical day look like, or a typical video for you when you're filming look like?
For video wise, I'd say, depending on what we're filming, so if it's a fitness segment, then we'll do it in this area here, where we'll set it up as 3 mics. We might get a guest on there that's to do with fitness and health. And then topics wise, it's kind of a thing where during the week we either find stuff that's going on in the world, in news when it comes to fitness, or just general topics that people don't really cover. So say like, I don't know, say like, does calories really matter when you're burning fat or something like that? Then we'll discuss that as a group with the guys and stuff, and girls if we have a girl on. And the latest series that we're doing, Leave It in the Ring. We'll do it in the ring, and that's a bit. I'd say that was a bit more easier now, just because there's a lot of stuff going on in boxing.
Yeah.
So, like this week, we've had the KSI Logan Paul press conference, and people have been slating that. People have been congratulating that because it's YouTubers boxing, UFC boxing a YouTuber, and it's like, is it real? Is it fake? And then we see in the press conference, everything's going on. It's all going maniac. John Fury acting like a madman. You get me?
Yeah.
Everything. So we would discuss that, and then we discuss Anthony Joshua, and that's been a big one.
Yeah.
The Anthony Joshua, because people got mixed opinions on him. People saying he's washed and stuff like that. And I like to play advocate, and I like to see both sides. So when people are saying stuff like that, I'm like, okay, then explain to me why you think he's washed. And then this is where the comments come in, and then the comments are like, nah, I can't explain. I just feel that he's washed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so that explanation there is invalid. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like having them types of shows, because it's like seeing two people's perspectives and people's reasonings to certain things, and it's like, yeah man, I like to see both sides and then make my decision on it, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's
100%. So we filmed this podcast August 2023. It won't go live until October.
Yeah.
So in August there's been quite a number of good fights.
Yeah.
Even like Prince Hassim's son is also fighting as well.
Yeah.
Which is in August as well.
Yeah.
So in terms of boxing, what is the dream fight that you want to see?
Dream fight. Dream fight.
There can be more than one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real. We all want to see Tyson Fury Usyk, innit? Because me personally, I think Usyk has Tyson. Do you get me? So that could be a nowadays dream fight. Whether it happen or not, who knows, innit? Because yeah, some of them ones, innit? Tyson's moving along.
Yeah.
But another dream fight, probably Ali, Mike Tyson. I'd love to see that.
Right. Yeah. Who do you have for that?
I'd have to say Mike, you know. I'd have to say
Right.
Mike. Yeah. I'd have to say Mike still.
And what about Wilder and AJ?
Wilder, AJ. Yeah, I want to see that. And you know what? People, this is coming to October.
Yeah.
People are gonna comment saying, "Oh, he's delusional." I think AJ is ready for that.
Yeah. And do you think he'll win?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he will. I think everyone's been on AJ's case and saying he's washed and this, that, and the other, not realizing what he's actually done in the sport as well. They've neglected all the things that he's done. Just because he's lost to Andy Ruiz and Usyk twice. Remember, Usyk is a beast. You know what I'm saying? Usyk's mad, so like it's not no shabby loss from someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
Usyk's actually quality. So it's one of them ones where people are judging it from that and saying now he's washed and he'll never be back and he'll never have that hunger and whatever it is. And that's on my part, on my show I discussed it, where people were saying, oh, Hellenius, when he faced Hellenius, knocked him out 6th round, nah, should have been the 3rd, should have been the 4th. Like, they had a set plan on what to do, and they executed that plan, and it was successful. Who am I now to say, nah, they should have done 3rd round?
Yeah.
You get me? Because no, that wasn't the plan. So them two as well, Derek James and AJ, have got a close relationship, I feel, and it's only going to get closer. So I truly believe AJ Wilder, they both got good right hands. You get me? Both got knockout capability. But AJ's got IQ over Deontay. He's got skill over Deontay. So if he can utilize that, create a strategy, and he's saying chess and all of that, what people don't realize as well is chess can be done within like 4 or 5 moves as well. So it's not just a long game that he has to play. If he wants to play the short game and be successful with that, then that will happen as well. So I think AJ is ready.
Okay.
Ready.
And with Wilder's hook, that sleeper punch, if he was to connect that with AJ, do you think AJ would get up?
That's a hard one.
Because if you look at the Ortiz fight with Wilder, you know, Ortiz was winning that in a couple of rounds, but then once he hit him with that was it. Game over.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I feel like AJ will have the strategy to, if he does get hit, it won't be as bad as what it would be if he was just uncovered like full force. I feel like he'll have that strategy with Derek James, and I feel that they'll work on that. If you know that you're going into the Lions Den with, you know, Wilder, and you know that he's got that sleeper, then you're going to be training and looking at how does he say, or what does he do? How can I kind of, if it does impact with me, how can I soften that punch? You know what I'm saying? So that I can last that round or last a couple rounds after and execute. You know what I mean? So I feel like he will go up. If it's a clean sleeper, I'm not too sure. You know what I'm saying? If it's a clean one, then it's curtains. It's mad.
Okay, fantastic. And moving on from boxing, what does a typical day look like for you when you're doing your personal training?
So for me, I'll try to wake up at, when do I wake up now? So I've got an alarm set at 5:30.
Okay.
Whether I wake up at 5:30, you know, but depending on clients as well, depending on their timings. I've got one client where he works at Jaguar Land Rover, so his shifts each week are different, and he's either mornings, afternoons, or evenings. So depending on that, it's like some weeks I might have to wake up at 5:30 to prepare myself. I normally do cardio every day in the morning, because I feel like once I'm in the morning, I'm awake, I'm alive, like, let's get something achieved and ticked off the box. So I do cardio. Then if I've got a client, I train the client. If not, I have like a little break and do my weight session. And then depending on what client I do have, I could have a slot in the afternoon, could have a slot in the evening, slot in the morning. So I'll just base it around that particular day. And then whilst I'm not having a client, I'm at home editing posts for my Instagram, editing 2 Scoops, editing whatever. If I've filmed for someone, editing their footage and trying to send it out like same day.
Okay.
And man, the days I work here as well, work here in the evening, so I bring my laptop here as well, so I can just kind of do 2 in 1.
Okay, fantastic. And you also mentioned off camera as well, that you just mentioned that you do videography as well.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing that?
That's since lockdown.
Okay.
Since lockdown, literally. If lockdown didn't happen, I don't know if I would be doing videography. That's the truth, because the only reason why I started is I was training with my friends at the park, and I said, let's bring a camera up. So I brought a camera out, and then ever since then, I've just been filming, and then a couple people wanted their stuff filmed. At first, I'm like, why me? Like, I'm not a videographer in it, you know what I'm saying? But then once you get into it, then you see the potential that you've got, the angles, and you start learning. Then you start learning what cameras to get, and then you start learning the equipment and how to charge and everything like that. And yeah, man. So yeah, from now I'm doing it. Like yesterday, I just did I did an Asian wedding for the first time.
Okay.
And that was an experience and a half. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's just progressing from there, man. Just progressing. Okay. Yeah.
So in terms of the Asian wedding, that was your first one.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
Lit.
Yeah.
Lit, man. I'm like, yeah. I did it with my cousin, innit?
Yeah.
So he was doing the photography, I was doing the videography. And I said to him, like, even when I've got a video of him dancing on the dance floor,
Yeah.
you get me? I was like, yeah, this is proper, like the proper go all out. And it's like, there's some weddings I've been to where there's music on and you're kind of looking left and right and you want to dance, but you're thinking, oh, but what's he gonna think of me? And yeah, she's watching. Yesterday, literally everyone was on their feet dancing. And I was like, yeah, this is my environment still. This is lit, man. So yeah, it's good, man. It's proper.
Okay. In terms of when you filmed it,
Yeah.
do you have a drone and multiple cameras?
Yeah. So yesterday I only had my camera and a drone. So once they did like a walk, they had like a farmer's tractor, and they did like a walk from the end of the road to their house. So from then I was doing drone shots, and then my cousin was doing operating camera as well.
Okay.
And then once that was done, then I gave my cousin back his camera to take photographs, and then me for the videography. So yeah, man, I got that, and was using my gimbal. I've got two lenses, which one's like 28 to 70 mil, and one's a 50 mil. But it's just realizing the environment that you're in, what lens to use, and how you can use it to the best of its ability and capture them quality moments in it. That's what I like.
So in terms of the 50 mil, is that the longer lens? Is it?
Yeah, well, it's a longer lens, and then they've got this thing called I can't remember if it's the aperture. I'm still learning in it. So it's a 50 mil f1.8. So that would mean that the background of where you're filming blurs completely. Not completely, but it's a nice look. But there's no point of me using that where there's no background, if you get what I'm saying. There's no space for background. So if you're in like a secluded area and everyone's close, there's no point using that because it won't do it justice. Yeah. So then in that case I was using the 28 to 70 mil. Okay. So I can zoom in, zoom out, get wide angles, because everyone was kind of close in together. It was kind of wide angle shots anyway, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I love learning the techniques and everything. So yeah, it's proper when it comes to videography.
Okay. And in terms of, let's say someone's watching this and they're looking for a videographer, should they just message you on Insta or something?
Yeah, message me on Insta, one.shot visuals. That's on Instagram. I've got TikTok, I've got YouTube, and they're all the same at one.shot visuals. And yeah, man, if you want to get some work, let me know. And yeah, man, let's create some movies. I'm all about creating movies, man, and moments.
Okay. And I will put all the links in the description box below. So do give Two Scoops and his pages a follow. If you are looking for a videographer as well, just drop him a message. And that is it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Mr. EPC. Big shout out to Two Scoops for taking the time out to speak to me.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Wahid as well for letting us use his tune to film. And do look out for the next podcast. Thank you very much for watching.